welcome to the Glazov gang. Tonight, the best Glazov gang ever. It is our honor and privilege to introduce Monty Morton, a former entrepreneur and a walking economics encyclopedia, and Marie Murrell, back by popular demand. She's always laughing at my pronunciation of words.
Yes.
And she's the national director of Politichicks.tv. And ranked, there was a vote, right? Can I mention it? There was a vote. Internationally, she's been ranked on top of the top 5, in the top 5 most beautiful women, most sexiest women walking the earth.
Sure.
I had to bring that up. And last but not least, Basil Hoffman, a Hollywood actor who has played in many films, including in two Academy Award Best Pictures, The Artist and Ordinary People.
And if I may say, currently starring in Courage, New Hampshire, a TV series that is premiering on public television this fall. As a matter of fact, this very month. And I know you're going to ask me what it's about. And it's a fictitious town in New Hampshire, 1775, on the way to the American Revolution. And I might say, if I might also add, it's the morals, it's the history, it's the religion of the period. It is also great drama, written, created, produced by James Riley. It's fabulous. Basil Hoffman has a wonderful role in it.
And you,
I hope you are.
You're a bad guy in that show.
I'm a bad guy right now.
Oh, you're a bad guy?
I just misbehaved. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes. Yes, I have a line that I have in the show that the people seem to think is the key to my character.
Okay.
I'm attacking a young girl on the witness stand, and I'm explaining to somebody what I intend to do. What I intend to do, and I say, I'm being paid to gut and clean the king's fish. And that is precisely what I intend to do.
Okay, fantastic. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Don't let me. Don't let me.
Well, one more thing. No, one more thing. What else have you been up to?
I was in Rio de Janeiro doing a picture,
Okay.
Called Rio, I Love You, working with a fabulous British actress named Emily Mortimer, and written and directed by a fabulous Italian filmmaker, Paolo Sorrentino.
Fantastic.
Life is good.
Thank you for joining the Glazov gang this week. We'll be back next week. Now,
by the way, I'm going to be in a high school production of Peter Pan. And
are you serious?
No, I'm not serious. But I just thought I'd throw that in.
Oh, okay. Now, just a minute. Since we're now, have you seen Basil? You said
of course.
And
I can't believe you haven't seen this show.
I've been watching this other show.
Is wonderful, amazing. James Patrick Riley is the creator, director, one of the stars in it.
Okay. Well, I've been watching Boardwalk Empire. I'm upset.
Oh, stop watching that. That's garbage.
Nucky Thompson?
This is awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, excellent.
And I've got a quote from it. I'm just kidding.
Okay. And Monty, any thoughts on this before we
I'm
move
exhausted. I am so tired. I just want to take a nap.
Okay.
I have that effect on many people.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the serious issues in a minute.
Okay.
But I just want to remind our viewers that Monty Morton is here because of my Uncle Marrick, who leads the Florida chapter of the Glazov gang in Florida, and he recommended Monty to the show, and Monty's been doing absolutely great. Have you seen Monty on the Glazov gang?
I have not.
But
In fact, I do want to say that the last
you're getting
time,
a lot of emails.
I'm getting a lot of emails, and people are friending me on Facebook.
Right.
And what I find interesting about it is I think I've received more emails and requests for friending on Facebook than the total amount of people who have enrolled in ObamaCare in Delaware.
Fantastic, fantastic. But I was going to say now, so my uncle...
This is a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough crowd.
Monty is here because of my Uncle Marrick, but I just wanted to say that I have found out that my Auntie Lena, who is Uncle Marrick's wife, we call her my Auntie Lena, she's the real force and brains behind the Florida chapter of the Glazov gang. Auntie Lena, so I want to give her some respect for the power that she represents and all the recommendations she gives from Florida. Let's show a picture of my Auntie Lena where her and I had a meeting, a Glazov gang meeting. And that's a picture of me with my Auntie Lena. And she gives incredible recommendations for the Glazov gang. And I think she was behind you coming on the Glazov gang. What do each of you think of my Auntie Lena in that picture?
She is, not only is she a beautiful woman, she's a very regal-looking woman.
Yes.
Which leads me to the obvious question I have of you.
Right.
Are you sure you're related to these people?
Okay, that wasn't nice. Anne-Marie, what do you think about Auntie Lena?
Oh, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And I think perhaps could still star in maybe some movies. You would know some producers and script writers. We can get them in touch with her.
I would know, but it would cost her.
Okay. No, and your thoughts on Auntie Lena?
She's beautiful. She's a very, very beautiful woman. You say she lives in Florida.
Yes.
I'm surprised because she looks Canadian.
Okay, we have gotten through the entertainment section of the Glazov gang, and now we move on to the serious, and I have a feeling depressing issues of our time, but maybe, Basil Hoffman and I talked before the show, there's some blessing in disguises in maybe perhaps these depressing events. So we're going to get to that. Let me begin with Anne-Marie. Obama said he's sorry. When somebody says he's sorry, shouldn't we forgive them?
Yeah.
What do you think about that apology?
When you
or
say,
quote-unquote apology.
When you say, I'm sorry, but, or if you say, I'm sorry if you didn't understand, that's not an apology. I recently got an apology. Someone did something horrible to me. This is a true story. And she sent me this message. This is true. This really happened. She sent me this message, and it said, I'm really, really sorry. I am so sorry, but, and then I'm not kidding. I printed out what she wrote after that. It was 2 pages of reasons why she actually wasn't sorry. That's not an apology, and that's what Obama's doing. He's sorry that we weren't smart enough to understand what Obamacare is really all about. He's a, ugh.
Thank you. Now, thank you very much. Now, Monty, when there's a very strange apology, quote unquote. He's sorry, but yet, like Anne-Marie is saying, like, they knew this was going to happen, and I don't think he's sorry that Obamacare is being instituted. Like, it just seems creepy and weird to me what this apology was.
Well, I call it the mendacity of Obama, and I call it the kind of sort of apology. Now, to try to understand what the president knew and what he didn't know, if I can just take about a minute and a half, and go through a chronology of a few things that I think demonstrates unequivocally what the president knew and when he knew it. First of all, as we're sitting here this evening, about 4 million people have already received cancellation notices. Now, the Obama administration would want you to believe that it's the insurance companies that are the big bad wolf. But all the insurance companies are doing are complying with the law. So, did he lie? Did he not know? There's a section in Obamacare, Section 1251 for those of you who want to write down code sections, that contains grandfather language. Now, this is where it gets murky, but this is really where it gets interesting. After those regulations, after that law was passed, there was 10,000 pages of regulations written. And those pages were interpreted so narrowly as to prevent the insurance companies from complying. It was impossible. They couldn't comply. So who wrote those regulations? None other than Kathleen Sebelius and her minions. So wait, let me finish this last one. Then in June of 2010, the CBO issued a public letter which appeared in the Federal Register. It's public knowledge. And it basically stated that they predicted that the ACA, the Affordable Health Care Act, will be a massive disruption with cancellations. The administration knew this 3 years ago.
Okay, so it knew this was going to happen. It happens. Then Obama says sorry. But So there was a deliberate lie. There was a deliberate lie involved,
It
right?
appears to be so, yes.
He has one out that nobody has mentioned, though.
Go ahead, Basil Hoffman.
Nobody wrote it on his teleprompter. So, and this is a problem for him.
You're right.
Because whether it's Benghazi or the IRS,
Excellent point.
whatever it is, he only knows about it because somebody tells him about it because it
Right.
happened on the news.
Or when he watched.
And the only thing we know that he knows anything about is reading a teleprompter. That's all. So if nobody wrote it on his teleprompter, he can't possibly have known about it in 2010. It didn't get on his teleprompter. It didn't get on his teleprompter until he got into that meeting with, was it Scott, whoever it was, that interview, and he had his notes there, and he realized that he had given assurances. But he didn't know that. He didn't know anything. He knew nothing about it, and it's not fair.
Okay.
The latest talking points that every single Democrat is saying on all of the on Politico and all of the message boards, what you just said, they're calling it big insurance. Big oil used to be the big bad guy. Now it's big insurance. All of a sudden, what is bigger insurance than Obamacare? So they're trying to vilify all these these private insurance companies, but the biggest insurance company is about to be Obamacare, single payer.
But what I'm kind of confused about is how do you get away with not knowing what's going on? This is really weird.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we just have
endemic.
I just don't know what's going on. But like, isn't that bad, Monty?
Right.
Jamie, rhetorically, Basil really kind of answered your question, and he answered it quite well. But that's endemic of the Obama administration. We start with Fast and Furious. Well, I didn't know. Did you know?
I don't know.
Well,
They don't know about Benghazi.
Then we go to Benghazi. Well, what difference does it make?
IRS.
Then we talk about the IRS. Well,
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
NSA.
And now we've got Obamacare.
But how do you get away with this thing that you don't know what's going on? You're the president.
They just do.
It's
you know what it's
incredible.
like?
They
You know what it's
just
like?
do.
It's like one big Vegematic commercial. It's like an infomercial. The difference is the Vegematic works. Obamacare doesn't.
Okay, now Glazov gang members. I personally have never lied, but there are people that do lie.
Yeah.
Some lies are more equal than others. Some would say that, Clinton lied. I don't want to talk about what Clinton lied on this show. This is a family show. But who did his lie really hurt? Nixon and his lie. Monty and I were talking about this earlier this week, and I'm stealing a little bit, I must say,
That's
from
fine.
some
That's
ideas that Monty put in my head to prepare for this. But whose lies did Nixon hurt? Nixon's lie really hurt. I'm not exonerating them, but these lies, I mean, they may be a little bit different from those two presidents' lies. How do you guys see these lies and Obama's lie? Basil?
Well, the main thing is that Obama's lie has a terrible financial impact on a lot of American people. When Bill Clinton lied, he lied under oath. That's an offense to the law.
Right.
And that's not a good thing for the chief law enforcement
But didn't
officer of the
affect my
United States.
paycheck.
No. Well, not directly and not immediately. And the same thing would be true about Nixon. Nixon lied and just got himself dug a hole for himself about a silly break-in at the Watergate apartment building.
Which lie is the worst out of those three?
Well, it's the lie that hurts people. It's the lie that hurts people and the lie that's intended to hurt people. Because this is by design. Obamacare is by design. Everything this guy does is by design.
What's the design in all of this?
The design in all this is to control the American people.
No, but do you think that there's a sinister plot here for it all to collapse and then impose a single payer? No, you don't.
I think it's far worse than that.
Okay, we're going to get to what you think in 1 second. Just let's talk about the lie, and then we'll talk about the design. Anne-Marie, the lie?
Oh, Obama's lies, plural, are much worse than any president. This is a whole new ballgame. This is not politics as usual anymore. And it's like we said, it's Benghazi, it's Fast and Furious, it's the IRS. You can go from the very start, letting the new Black Panther Party off scot-free. You can go month by month, and there's been
Yeah,
some lie.
You know, it's incredible looking back to the left with Bush lied, people died about Iraq, which, by the way, was false. But they were so upset about that lie. But these lies, I mean, it's just one lie after another. Where's the media?
Well, first of all politicians engage in hyperbole, and all politicians spin. But let's take a step back and let's say, what is the definition of a lie? A lie is a statement that the person says, knowing it to be false, and the impact of the statement benefits the person who told it. In this case, Obama goes out, sells people on the idea that if you like your plan, you can keep it, period. If you like your doctor, you can keep it, period. And a number of things happened. A, he won an election based upon that. He was able to pass the health care bill, which now I'm sure, as we discussed before, probably 12 to 15 Democratic senators never would have voted for it. So, and I think Basil said it succinctly, and that is that if you look at what Nixon did, Nixon lied about a third-rate burglary. Clinton lied to a federal grand jury about an intimate affair in the White House. Obama lied about something which affects virtually every citizen in the United States. It affects their health, it affects their pocketbook, and it can affect their financial security.
And yet the response of the media and the outrage
Giving
and
him a pass.
Yeah,
Giving him a pass.
It's incredible, the hypocrisy.
Look,
and,
he promised us a Bentley, and basically he delivered a Hugo.
But they did hit 3% of their target. Yay! And Oregon, 0 participants.
Yeah, as of today,
0.
the Wall Street Journal reported 50,000 people have enrolled, and we've been at this for about 6-7 weeks now, and in order for Obamacare to be moderately successful, they need 7 million by March 1st, or they need about 39,000 people per day.
Thank you very much. We're going to begin with you in the second segment, Basil, where we're going to be discussing what you think the designs of Obama are on all of this. We'll be back in just a minute.